In civil engineering, the seismic and static assessment of existing infrastructure is among the most crucial topics in the industry. For example, in Italy, many buildings were built between the 60s and the 80s, leading to many structures that passed their design life. Therefore, the investigation of the mechanical properties of the members and the used materials required to understand the structural condition. In New Zealand, around 20,000 earthquakes happen each year, and some of these earthquakes affect some infrastructures and buildings around the country. This project will experimentally investigate the relationship between hardness testing and the mechanical properties of structural steel. Four types of hardness testing will be used for specimens from different steel profiles. The mechanical properties of the specimens will be measured using tensile testing, and the results will be used to estimate the mechanical properties of structural steel using hardness testing. The main three aims of this project are: first, to investigate the relationship between the mechanical properties of structural steel and the hardness values. The second objective is to determine the accuracy of the four different types of hardness tests to determine the best one. Lastly, develop a technical plan about the experimental procedure with providing outcomes of the research. In the last few months, a huge part of the experiment work has been done. After collecting the steel, all the specimens were divided into small rectangle samples to prepare them for the next steps. All the rectangle samples were cleaned using a rotating grinder to remove the rust and oxidation layer. After that, 4 different types of hardness was done for each rectangle sample. Until this stage, the data for each hardness test were collected, and it's time to move for the next section. The next stage was cutting the rectangle sample to 3D dig bone samples to perform a tensile test. The tensile test was done to determine the mechanical properties of the samples. The two used values for the tensile results are the tensile and the yield strength. When collecting enough data, we will have the ability to determine the relationship between the data and the accuracy of the hardness test data, which will lead us to reach the project conclusion. Keep working in the experimental part. New data will be added to the set, and try to add as much data as possible from different steel profiles to get a better understanding of the result. When a huge set of data will be available, it will be helpful to come up with accurate outcomes.